Good evening, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and as always on a Thursday, I'm joined by my co-host Digger Jim. How you doing tonight, Jim?
Doing good, sir. Doing good.
And we got co-host in training, CBizzle down there. How you doing, CBizzle?
I'm doing well.
All right, and of course, bringing in a special co-host this evening. He's begged his way on my channel twice this week. We have all the way from Canada, Mark Andrews. How you doing, Mark? Always a pleasure to have you, buddy.
Thanks, Gary. I'm doing well.
And of course, the second time making his guest appearance on the channel, we have the man of the hour. We have Flowers Comics. We have Milt here. How you doing tonight, Milt?
I'm doing fine. I don't know how many people are going to be watching. We got the first NFL game of the year. We got and we got baseball on Fox. So I don't know.
Go
Well,
We're going to have true comic fans here tonight.
I was gonna say I got it on good authority. Not all comic fans watch sports.
Yeah.
Now I'm a diehard hockey and tennis guy, and UFC and boxing, so I'm always watching that stuff.
Right.
But all right, let's we're gonna let you give the 2-minute speech. Milt, who are you, and what should people know about you, real quick, and then we'll say hi to the chat and come back and ask you questions.
Okay, I'm Milt. My IG Instagram account is Flowers Comics. On YouTube, I did a show called Milt's Comics Mansion. There's probably 8 episodes still on YouTube somewhere if somebody wants to go and hopefully be entertained. That's pretty much it. I occasionally get invited to be on shows such as Gary's here, and I appreciate that.
Excellent. Well, we're happy to have you, Milt.
Well,
So let's say hi to the chat real quick. We got first in, as always, the man on YouTube, Las Cruces. James, nice to see you, sir. We have Paul from Psychedelic Comics. Nice to see you, Paul. Good evening. And we're getting a full house already. We have one of my all-time favorite people. I'm going to say it every time I see his name, Jerry the Jitterbug. just a great guy. Fortunate to call him a friend. We have Steve White, who had a great episode of the 1011 just 2 nights ago. Check that out if you have it. We have another good friend from Canada on this evening. We have Jean Malot. Jean, how you doing, sir? And you know what? Not even thinking about it. I use a great one of my all-time favorite Tragically Hip bands in Milt's promo this evening. Tragically Hip.
Yep.
Who I'm very sad to say I never got to see live. I wish I had. Kevin, Hulk Collector, 82. Nice to see you. Another all-time great in our chat. And let's see. We have Matt Woods here. We have the Blue Wrench of all Blue Wrenches in this evening. We have Miss Tina Carenson in.
Tina!
We know we're going to have a good show when we see you. And, yeah, Matt Woods is saying he's meeting you in Steel City. I got to get down there one time and meet you and Matt at the same time.
There's one, like I said, next weekend, and then there's another one in December.
In December, yeah.
So if you aren't doing something in December, we can work it out.
Right? Because I think I'm only like 3 hours away from you guys. I can go meet you there for the day, then drive back home.
Or we can go out and party.
Milt saying, spend the weekend in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's saying you're supposed to stay, Gary.
Right? I don't know. I think I'm shirtless enough. I don't need any more partying.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's only so much that Mark Andrews can take in a year's time.
Yeah, I don't want to see you naked anymore, okay? Like enough coming on.
Well, the plan's not working yet. I need to get paid to put the clothes back on, Mark, and I have not received any Canadian bills from you.
Oh, Lord.
But guys, thank you all for coming in tonight. We are going to get right to it and start asking Milt some questions. So
before we start,
yes,
can I say that I'm a big baseball fan, and in honor of Steve from his 10-1-1, I brought in the Alfred E. Newman baseball card.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's
which
cool.
Cool.
It's one of those things that I keep because I like baseball and I like Mad as well. So
Nice. And we had Southern Comic
That's for
Geek
you,
Jason
Steve.
join us, and Adrian, Actual Dracula, join us. Good evening, folks. No, that's a cool cover. Those Mad magazines were so much fun the other night.
yes, I enjoyed that. That was nice.
And I didn't know that it wasn't always a magazine. I didn't know it started out comic size. So that was new information for me as well.
Oh, I
What
didn't
was
know
it?
that either.
The first 20 issues, I think he said.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Hey, Gary,
Yes.
I think a question would be, which we don't have enough time, is we could just name a comic book and Milt would go, just 1 minute. And he'd disappear.
Right, pull it out.
Nah.
It's funny, Mark, because I sent Milt, when we had him on the 1011, I sent him a print of the Hulk and the Thing on their first face-off. And I threw in some old war books, but I'm sure you had every single one of them.
I've got to be honest. I received it, Gary. I've been so freaking busy. I haven't unopened the package. As a matter of fact, I kicked it accidentally when I got home today. It's right there. I apologize. I just haven't.
I am not responsible if Milt trips over it and hurts himself. I hold no responsibility for that.
Do you have workman's comp, Gary? Just wondering.
Yeah. Exactly.
Milt has his own business. He has his own workman's comp. Hopefully, his house is covered with it.
Right.
Anyhow.
So, Milt, let's get started, buddy. So, I always like to find out, because everyone's from different eras when they started collecting. I have on here, they're all sorts of different ages. So when you were a little kid, what were the cartoons and the superhero shows that really started getting you into this type of material?
Believe it or not, I watched those Marvel cartoons in the 60s when they were first out. And that was Saturdays, but I don't believe they were Saturday mornings. I believe they were like late Saturday mornings were in Pittsburgh. As far as what comics did I first start buying, at my grandpa's house, next to the house was Odo's, and I went there all the time and every Saturday and picked up a couple comics. And they basically Batman and Fantastic Four and the Justice League. I was not a big Spider-Man fan. My brother was, and he would always buy the Spider-Man and then give them to me. And
nice. I had that same thing with my brother. We shared our stuff.
My brother still has all of his comics too. It's kind of amazing. All the ones that he purchased.
Yeah, sure.
I have the ones I purchased, plus I have the ones that were given to me by my friends' older brothers.
Nice.
And those are the ones that are the big ones.
Now, collecting back then, like a lot of us here, one of the reasons we came to YouTube and got excited about being on YouTube is to have that shared experience of collecting with other like-minded people. But with Jim, you guys had that with siblings. Was there anyone else besides your brother that you guys knew that was collecting comics back then that you were sharing the experience with?
My friends' older brothers. Yeah. I was maybe about 6, 7, and they were maybe 8, and they were 16, 17.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, it was, they put up with me. How about that?
Yeah.
Now,
here's a comic.
Yeah.
You were saying you got like a large sum of books that was given to you. What is one of your most favorite book that was given to you?
Probably the first 10 issues of Fantastic Four.
Nice.
The first 10 issues of Justice League.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm coming to Milt's house.
Right.
I'm coming to hang out just so I can be around them just for a minute.
You should see the golden stuff, Digger.
Just
the golden
to
stuff
be
that
around them.
So I have a story to tell you about Milt. I told Milt that Matt Baker was one of my favorite artists, and his Phantom Lady cover is one of those grail books for me. So I would like to find one, even in horrible shape. And then Milt sends me an Instagram going, "Oh yeah, I forgot I had this," and it's a picture of Phantom Lady by Matt Baker.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, I forgot I had this.
No, one of the things that I got was a trunk, which has a lot of older stuff in it.
Right.
Like I brought, actually, I didn't know who was going to be here tonight, but I brought like a couple of them. Like here's Mr. Mystery.
Yeah.
52.
Yeah. Psychedelic brings up a good point. How did you? I mean, how did you store and keep those books so good? You didn't really have bags and boards back in the 60s, did they?
All these comics that I got were basically stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
Face to face, backwards.
Oof. Yeah.
And in plastic bags.
Okay.
Oh, so you at least had them where the spines weren't crushing each other.
Yeah.
Correct. And they were in a trunk that didn't have a whole lot of there maybe 4 stacks of like 20 each. And they didn't have anything on top of them. They had stuff underneath of them.
Yeah.
But nothing on top of them, no weights or anything like that. One of the cool things that was in there, I forgot I put in there. My dad was born back in 1927, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He's no longer with us, but his parents got him the second issue of Mickey Mouse.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
From 1929.
Yeah.
And it's not in the greatest of shape, but it's one of those things that I want to send in to CGC along with a bunch of these other treasure trunks.
That's got it right. Your trunk is a historical time capsule.
Well, it's kind of neat. I mean, I don't know, but the trunk was in my parents' basement for 30 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
No moisture, no humidity. Like 60 degrees, and then it was in my basement for 35 years. So
yeah,
30 years, whatever it was.
So it was preserved well. It was just preserved well. That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be a modern day Dr. Doom with all the value you got in comics. You could buy your own nation and rule it.
Yeah.
You could take like what you as a kid you'd go down to the store, you'd probably taken like 50 cents, you'd knock out 3 or 4 books right there, I would think.
That's true.
Yeah
Maybe $1 at best.
Well, my dad was a big drinker, and so he would go next door to the Bucks and pound like 5 16-ounce Carling Black Labels, and he'd give me $2 or $3, and I would go next door to the Clerton newsstand and read comics and buy comics, magazines, and all kinds of crap.
Nice.
It's like I like all the Treasury editions in the 70s.
Sure.
The Treasuries are amazing. I love them.
Believe it or not, I have those like in mint condition. It's bizarre.
I have one in mint, and that's the Conan one with the reprint of Sonya. I have the other Conan ones, but they're in various degrees of, well, it's together at least in whole too.
Right.
Okay.
Those are hard to find now. They're getting kind of scarce. So.
Well, they didn't come out with boards for the Treasuries until just like in the last 10 years, maybe.
Yeah, I got a couple of them here when I bought some and bagged them up.
Yeah, you just didn't have the right storage.
Yeah, one thing I started doing of late is I don't get 28-point boards anymore. I like to get the 56-point boards because you can put them in there and you can drop them from 10 feet and
Right.
Nothing's gonna
everything's
happen.
perfectly fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
But
do you use regular bags for your books, Mill, or do you use MyLite?
everything's Mylar. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, when you say that, you have to finish that sentence with, "It's good to be the king."
Hey, it's just taking care of your collection. That's man, everybody
Yep.
wants to do that. That's why I asked that question of how they were stored, because that was a good question to ask. It's tough back then. A lot of collections didn't get that way. They didn't bag and board them.
My friends' older brothers, they told me how to, you should
Take care of them.
Yeah, put cardboard underneath and then stack them up this way so the spines, and then if you can put plastic in them, put them in plastic. That would be best.
Yeah.
Now, preservation wasn't really a thing back then, so they were kind of ahead of their time with that thinking, huh?
Yeah, those yeah, I guess.
You ended up with a good crowd that really helped you preserve your legacy of books.
Right.
Exactly.
I got lucky. Simple as
Yeah.
that. There were smart guys.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned on the 10-1-1, like 3 of the 4 guys that became engineers. So
they knew what they were doing. Yeah.
Now, I'm kind of curious because I think Matt brought up someone in the chat brought it up. A pedigree collection. Now, how do you go about making your collection a pedigree collection? Because that's probably something you could certainly do.
I don't know about that.
It sounds like your collection's extensive enough to be pedigree.
They're just. I got like over, I don't know how many books now graded, so it's too late now. I never thought about it.
It's really restrictive on for CGC to make a pedigree. They've only done a few, and they're very precise, and it has to be proven to be the original owner, bought by that original owner, and all that.
Right.
And this one, I think, should have a special designation because of the story behind it that Milt was given these to look after.
Right.
But I don't know if they would, because I've read some stuff about that on the pedigree, and they don't hand that title out very often. But there should be some kind of notation of what they are.
Right. Does volume have anything to do with it? Like, you have to have so many books. I always wondered about that. Like, what is designated a pedigree, and what do you have to, what are the rules to it? What are the standards for it? I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah, there is some articles on CGC. I think it's right on their site that talks about the definition of that, and it never really mentions like numbers. It mentions more about demonstrating like an era or like a either golden or silver, and it's consistent.
Well, guys, most of these go from like the mid 40s, maybe, or early 40s. Up until like the 66, 67.
Yeah.
And whether they're pedigree or not, it's irrelevant.
Right.
I'm not getting rid of them. So.
Oh yeah, no, I was just curious. I didn't even know the rules to it.
Now, Milt, I know you're a collector because of not just old stuff, but I'm in a couple of the whatnots that you're in vetting too, and you also like a lot of the modern books as well. You have an eye for that stuff as well as the old stuff. But I got to ask you, with as much as you've collected and read, you got to have a couple all-time favorite comic book storylines. What are some of the storylines that have really kept you in comics and that you've gone back to read over and over again that you just love?
Wow, that's a tough one. I like the first 100 issues of there are certain groups I like. The first 100 issues of Fantastic Four are fantastic. Yeah. I love the first Avengers Defenders War. I love and they've gone overboard on this, but I like the Spider-Verse and things like that.
Right.
I like the what if type of things. I love like the first, I think there was 47 issues of what if in the first volume. I love that. I thought that was somewhat, I remember reading that and I just loved that. And then they started making way too many of them.
Right.
And then I was a big Doctor Strange fan. I read Doctor Strange from when the first time he appeared all the way up through, and then I would just wait till a new series came out. Then I would hope when that new series came out. I was a big fan of Silver Surfer, and I got that and I read that when it first came out, and then they canceled the goddamn thing.
What they do?
Right?
Yeah.
That pissed me off a little bit. And then, but then I had to wait for a single issue, then a double series, and then finally they started it back up, and then they canceled. Then it got repetitive to me. I got to the point where things got repetitive to me, and I don't know, maybe about 15 years ago, I went through the collection, like Marvel Team Up. When I got to issue 60, I just gave the rest of the issues in this series away.
Oh,
Captain America, when it got to like 225, after
hurting my soul.
I gave the rest of that series away. Fantastic Four,
Give you my address.
I kept every issue.
Yeah, I that was one of Milt. That was one of my goals for last year before last. Was I love Marvel Team Up, and the reason why I loved it is because of the fact that it got wrapped up in no more than 2 books, and there was none of this crossing over to like 5 different books that I didn't even want. I liked the short story. I liked it to be quick. They handle it in 2 books, and I really enjoy that. With Team Up and with the 2-in-1. So I said, I'm going to get them all. I'm going to get them all because, there's a lot of cool stories in there. And I managed to complete that goal. But, man, you're right. Towards the end there's some of the stories were just absolute trash. And I was like, they're just phoning it in now.
Marvel 2-in-1, I did the same thing. I just got rid of everything after 50.
Wow. See, I love those 2 series too. They're so much fun.
Like in 66 is when you have like a lot of the Galactic series with, Adam Warlock and Moondragon. I know that's like Adam Warlock coming out of there with Starhawk and stuff, man. Those are good stuff in Marvel 2-in-1.
Well, I did the same thing with Defenders though too. I got rid of everything after 50. I don't know.
Yeah. And with that of your favorite storyline, what are some of your favorite artists and writers during that time?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I was always a big Neil Adams fan, but that was what was good about that was I could find, if I'm at a newsstand in 1969 and I'm looking at the books, you can look at the cover and say, hey, that's Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Today, I like Zerdy, believe it or not.
Nathan Zerdy
draws women great, and I'm a big Campbell guy. I like J. Scott Campbell.
You like those clean lines of the J. Scott Campbell, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a book by. Oh, I like Adam Hughes too, believe it or not.
Okay.
I love Adam Hughes.
I don't think too many don't.
Right. Okay. I mean, as far as the older ones go, I'm a Kirby guy. So some people don't like that, but I grew up with Kirby.
No, Kirby was great, and I love And I always thought it was a shame because my favorite Kirby, and it probably isn't anybody else's, was Devil Dinosaur. I love those 9 issues. God, I love those 9 issues of Devil Dinosaur. I don't know what it is. They were pure magic. But during those times, and I don't think it's replicated now, Milt, and with everything that was going on in history, and I think I don't think it's comics' faults today because we live in an era where you just know so much and information's so easy at your fingertips.
Yeah.
But back then, there was so much unknown going on in the world, and everything that was coming out was just a sense of wonder. And that was part of the time that you lived in, and it was also reflected in the comics. And I think that's hard to replicate now, where anything you want to know is at your fingertips instantly, and there's a lot of mystery out of the world now,
Right?
where there wasn't then.
I mean, Kirby created his own that whole fourth World Series. I mean, come on, in DC. I mean, New Gods and
yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah.
So Milt, is the buying the new stuff, is that because of the and I agree with you about some of the old stories started getting repeated. What's drawing you toward the new independent publishers?
I'm a big AWA guy.
Oh, okay.
And I
You
just
like the Upshot comics, huh?
What's that?
You like the Upshot comics, the AWA Upshot.
Yes.
Upshot, yep.
They've slowed down on their output of late, but even Aftershock, I like to know that if I buy the book, it's going to be wrapped up in 5 issues.
Yep,
I like that too. Just you're getting a complete story.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, it may be total crap after 5 issues, but you still get the 5 issues.
Right.
And I like Aftershock's horror. They put out some good horror titles.
they do.
My LCS that I go to, I have him basically. I tell him any AWA Upshot book that comes out, put it in my poll.
Right.
So I have every book they ever put out, whether that means anything or not. Might be a little bit stupid. I mean, that's like Atlas comics from the 70s.
Oh, love Atlas Seaboard comics. Are you talking about the original Atlas?
Yeah, I got all those. I don't know why, but it's kind of fun.
They had good books.
Great covers.
Great covers. Some of the stories were awesome. Some were toilet paper, but
The Atlas Seaboard, yeah. Some were great, and then others you're like, well,
the cover's nice.
right. And you had great artists, like Neil Adams did a couple of the covers, and
yeah. I mean, didn't Chaikin do his first story there? I think.
Think so, didn't he?
Howard Chaikin.
What was it? I can't remember what the name of the story is.
I'd have to look. Maybe Grim Ghost, I think. I'm not sure.
oh, okay.
And then they tried to reinitiate that maybe about 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, you got Grim Ghost there.
Grim Ghost, you got Scorpion. I just read the 4-issue The Destroyer the other day, which was way better than I thought it was going to be. Destroyer was the Destructor. I mean, it was really
The Destructor.
Nice.
Yeah, Atlas and you have all the Atlas, Milt?
I got every Atlas, including the magazines.
Oh, wow.
I'm a completist. I don't know. It's one of those.
Man, I think I'd cry if I went to Milt's house.
Yeah,
right?
We could start a new trivia show, Treasure Hunt. The books that Milt doesn't have, and we wouldn't find it.
I have a difficult time finding things these days.
Well, that's the game, though, right? We get a panel of 4. We say a book, and we all guess how long it's going to take you to find it.
Yeah. What's the over-under?
Nah, it's just,
Yeah, the Devilina is hard to find. Yeah, I got the few adventure ones, but Devilina, you look.
I think there's 2 or 3 issues, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I used to get that confused whenever Draculina came out.
Yep.
I thought that they were copying Devilina, but Devilina, that was a copy of Draculina from Vampirella issue 2, I believe.
Oh yeah, well everything they were doing was a copy of Marvel mostly because I mean he had just came over from Marvel, wanted to start his own thing.
Well, I forget who wrote that Devilina, because I'm pretty sure that was a copy of Draculina from Vampirella issue 2.
Like my two favorites were Ironjaw, and Wolf the Barbarian.
Yeah, I mean, they were in the comebacks attempt 8 or 9 years ago, I'm pretty sure.
Now, being a story completionist like you are and like I am, I was always mad at I love their books, but then you get to like issue 3 or 4, and then they're out of business, and it's always on a cliffhanger. You never got
the rest of the story. Yeah,
that falls under the category, piss me off. I mean, Marvel does that, DC does it, they still do it. But what DC would do is they would stop like the Justice League, that restarted it with issue 58. That went like 20 some issues, and then they stopped right in the middle of a storyline. And that really irritated me. But then they continued it into Adventure Comics, and they put Justice League in there. So that's how and then they finished it off. But
no, I always like to know, because we all know the big names in comics, right? We all know the big heroes. We all know the franchise characters. But I always like to know someone's favorite obscure character. So what's an obscure character that's just a favorite of yours that you always pick it up?
Howard the Duck.
Yeah,
he's not so obscure anymore, but I guess he still fits the bill.
Right.
I mean, he was pretty obscure until just recently.
I have 3 BCW black bins full of Howard the Duck.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know. Nobody will probably want it when I'm dead and gone. But
what? Nah, Howard the Duck's great.
See, I like ones like the Creeper. And
the Creeper is great. Only was it 6 issues, I think.
Yeah. That's what you call your white van, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, I like the Creeper. I picked up when we went to Heroes Con, I picked up Ragman. Nobody's ever heard of Ragman.
There was only like 2 issues or 3 issues.
Yeah, I think it's 3 issues of that. Yeah. And I got issue 1, and the guy didn't have the other 2, so I'll have to hunt for those. But
see, one of my favorite obscure ones too is when DC had their implosion. But I love the original Starfire series, that 8 issues.
Yeah. Yes.
And people don't know there was a Starfire before Coriander.
Right. And, from Teen Titans, right.
I forget.
That original Starfire is so, and Mike Vosberg, our Ernie Chan on the first cover. It's just so amazing.
I was just going to ask you who did the cover.
You would know.
Never mind.
Did you, Milt, did you buy The Geek back in the day? There was only 2 issues of that. DC did that.
I bought the Prez.
Oh, okay.
The Prez.
The Prez?
Yeah. Yep. I don't know.
I remember the Prez.
Yep.
Yeah. And then there was one called Spoofy, I think. It put out by Marvel. And what it was is every issue was a spoof of like All in the Family or something. But
Bobby De La Ghetto just completed his Howard the Duck run. I know. I bought the facsimile of #1 when it came out, just because it's that #1 issue is such a great cover.
It's a classic.
That's true.
I got to find that one in French for you, Milt.
The only books I don't have right now. Mark, thank you again for Mark got me issue #4 in a UK price variant, which I appreciate.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Ooh, I love the price variants are so cool, aren't they?
Yes.
Or
I have no foreign issues of Howard the Duck, and so if anybody out there runs across a foreign issue of Howard the Duck, I'm willing to part with some hard-earned cash.
Milt, what was your YouTube channel again?
I was going to say, I want you to promote it again, because CJ was asking where he can watch anything you've done. You had that series out, Milt Collects or something?
Oh, God. It's called Milt's, MILTS, apostrophe, Comics Mansion. It's not the greatest thing. I mean, it's too long, and
It's never too long.
yeah,
No.
it's too long. And
Do you
there
show
was-
the same
I have
books?
an episode in the can that I never put out where I go through every single issue of Atlas Comics, talking about who did the art on every issue and stuff. And
That is not too long.
That's not
It'll be a joy to watch.
There's
Yeah.
like 7 videos, right?
there's like 7 or 8. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's Milt's Comics. That's what I have. Milt's Comics. That's what came up.
No, no,
Okay.
CB, not MILF's Comic Mansion. Milt's.
You might get into something you don't want to get into, maybe. Or public.
I don't know if that's going to come
CJ,
across
he
or
wants to
not.
get into it. No.
Yeah, see, I don't have a wrench. I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh God.
No,
Anyway, did it pop up?
yeah, it looks like it did.
Yeah, I don't know if you can click to it or not, because I can't tell on StreamYard. Anyway, that's the.
It's on YouTube.
You gotta
I
move
don't
on.
know.
Right.
So, anyhow, as far as storylines go, there was nothing in the 80s that I found worthwhile.
Ooh, X-Men, baby.
Yeah.
X-Men.
When
Yeah.
X-Men got to issue 175, maybe, I think it really.
Well, this is all from like the Dark Phoenix saga is going to be my favorite forever.
We all know the highlight of the whole X-Men
It's
run was
Paramount.
the introduction of Dazzler. After
Yeah,
that,
issue 130. That's part of the, part of the saga.
Who cannot like Dazzler? Seriously.
Dazzler's one of my. I have her whole run here. Plus, I had Jim Shooter sign it. And so,
Oh, nice.
awesome.
well, Jim Shooter came to one of the comic fests I was telling you about here in Rochester that they have like 3 times a year. So Jim Shooter was a guest, and I walked him in that time. And I'm 5'6". I'm a short dude. Jim Shooter is like Chewbacca tall.
Oh yeah,
So I'm
he's
sure it
big.
looked like a little kid leading them into the place, you know.
He's
And
a big
but he is literally Chewbacca tall, and you just look up at him for days. And
he's a big man.
Yeah,
I always thought he was taller.
my favorite Steel City Con memory is, I guess 2014 or 2015, 2013, somewhere around there. I forget now. But I know all these dealers at the shows. I don't know why, but he was friends with Stan Lee, and we got to go to lunch and stuff. And that was
ooh,
that
nice.
was
Nice.
Was it? Yeah. Didn't you say that you guys didn't even talk comics? You talked baseball.
yeah. He liked the Dodgers, which pissed me off. But
It
is what it is.
Do we have a picture of you wrestling Stan Lee over baseball somewhere?
Yeah, so let's see, Milt. That would have been let's see. I'm trying to think of a Pittsburgh. Like, what is that? Willie Stargell, right?
Okay.
Was he Pittsburgh baseball player? Willie Stargell?
Yeah, but let's not go there. Okay.
I'm
Stargell's one of the all-time greats in the.
I don't know a lot of baseball players that pop in my head, but he was one of them that came to mind.
Stargell was great. He was a good guy. Yeah.
I'm always, you know what? When I was a kid, Pittsburgh meant the football end of life. You know, the Terry Bradshaws and whatnot.
Yeah,
I mean, I had the black jacket with the yellow arm thing, and that's my father would go. It's only 20 degrees. You'll be fine. Put that on. It's got Pittsburgh. You got to be Pittsburgh strong, son. And I grew up in freaking Virginia, and he didn't. He was like, he didn't even care.
People don't remember this, but during the 70s, the Pirates were the winningest team in the National League.
Yeah,
throughout the decade, and they won 2 World Series. Granted, the Steelers did win 4 Super Bowls,
right? But I'm just saying that was the one that
going on all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow,
and then you have other cities that no matter what franchise they have, they can't win anything. Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not
you know,
a Buffalo fan, obviously.
we didn't have a pro team in Richmond. We had the but we had the Braves. I guess that's the AAA. So anybody that was good that was going to go to the show came up through Richmond. So we got to see all of them before they became big.
I love driving around, going to minor league ballparks. It's one of my favorites. My son and I, for years there, we used to just take off a month and we would drive around the country going to major league baseball parks and
That's awesome.
games and stuff.
Yeah.
Now my son has 3 Shiba Inu dogs, all girls.
Oh, yeah.
He has 2 cats, both girls, and his wife just recently had identical twin girls.
Good Lord.
So he's surrounded by a lot of estrogen.
Yeah. He might need a trip around the world of some parks.
And he's unable to leave the house and go, traveling. So I've done it myself this year a little bit. And anyhow, we're not going to go.
It's not like getting a good drink and a dog and watching a game from time to time.
What's that, Mark?
Nothing. I just said you weren't going to go there. I could tell, Milt, you're just about to say something and you pulled it back.
Right.
Yeah, because I'd piss somebody off somewhere.
It's the world, man. It's YouTube. Let it rip. That's what I say.
All you have to do these days is exist and somebody's mad.
Yeah,
so,
that's
no matter what, we're all pissing somebody off.
All I'm saying is, you're absolutely correct. We went to we had to go up to Chicago for something, and we went and saw a game. They were actually playing the Orioles that time, and I couldn't believe it. We got a cheap set of tickets, and hot dogs up there were next to nothing. I was like, this is great.
I enjoy just going. I mean, I go to PNC Park and watch the Pirates a lot, and I go by myself. I know a lot of ushers, so I can sit wherever I want usually, which is kind of nice.
Again, it's good to be the king.
Good to be the king. All right. I may have to take a weekend off and do
that's a quote from one of my favorite movies, History of the World Part 1.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys want to see some books?
Let's see some books.
Let's see some books, Mel.
You got a couple of them.
Okay, now how about
just some stuff you found, no doubt.
Books from my this is Treasures from the Trunk collection that I got.
Okay.
This is Mr. Mystery.
Ooh, what a great cover.
Yeah.
This is a Bernard Bailey cover, and it's from 1953.
I love that the No Holds Barred cover back then. Yeah. Covers back then before the pre-code stuff is great.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Rob will be going crazy right now if you see all these books.
Oh yeah, he lost his mind on the 10-1-1.
Dope comics.
And
yeah,
here's
one of the going nuts on that one. Yeah,
the girl with the tiniest waist. This is a Gil Fawkes cover.
Oh,
wow! Ooh, yep. Wow! Now, when you showed Torchy before, that was the first time I had ever seen this series.
Oh, yeah. There's only about 10 or 11 of them, but this is number 1 from 1949.
The lines on that are fantastic. The line work's incredible.
Look how clean it is.
It's a cool one. I like it.
It's beautiful. Like they're all beautiful copies. They're just And
then here's this is another Alex Schoenberg cover, brush cover. This is Startling Comics.
Wow!
There you go. There's Rob's. It's got aliens and a guy with a space gun. Rob's his spidey senses are tingling for sure right now.
When you see the girl on that one, you can almost see Adam Hughes learning a little bit from Schoenberg.
Yes.
Yeah. You can. You can.
And then I like this one the best that I brought up. Mainly because there's the naked people in the tubes. And the guys in the back ready to shoot the girl.
All right.
It's a
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh wow!
More
I
bubble
love
helmets.
that every woman on the cover back then was in a red dress.
Yeah.
and this is Strange World #4 from 1951. And
That is gorgeous,
This is
man.
a
That is
Wally Wood cover.
Beautiful cover.
Yeah, that's a Wally Wood. And that's one of those other books that I've looked for, Milt, because it's a vampire, one. And you just happen to have it, Vampires of the Void.
I'm going to give these to you. And,
You're not. You're just
least
killing me.
respected.
You're just killing me.
Yeah,
What are you
all
talking
I
about,
wanted
Mark?
to
He
say,
just
oh,
gave
no.
away all his other stuff.
I promise I'll get. Well, no, I mean, if it means more to you, Mark, than it does
Oh
to
no,
me.
don't
Yeah.
no, because
Anyhow,
those
Whatever.
books
What
are
other
amazing.
thing?
You're
There's
just
some
like,
great
ah,
books.
oh, I tried to grab a baseball one. Oh, and Mark, this or Gary rather. Yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
this.
Ooh,
that's
Nice.
beautiful.
That is a gorgeous cover.
But
So which
I
one
like
was
these,
that?
I like these clear backing boards also.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
the comic
Nice.
clear. Well, I like
Yep.
those too because you know as well as I do. When you order from the princess, she sends a lot of stuff in clear boards.
Yeah.
Her and the Gainers, they don't cheap out, and when they send you stuff, they send you stuff minty.
Nice.
Yeah, she's exceptional and highly recommended. Her Whatnot show at 4:00 on Saturday.
Nice.
And let's go to this one. This is Patsy and Her Pals, and it's baseball and it's a little bit of innuendo as well. But I like this kind of stuff. This is Patsy and Her
great.
Pals #1 from 1953, which
it's just so amazing seeing
Right, and it looks like it just came off the shelf, Milt.
Yeah.
right.
That's
Well,
what
it's
I'm
kinda neat.
freaking out about.
I really like this one. Yeah.
It's
Is
funny
that
to
what
see.
Bill Durham was based on?
I know, right? Not too far off, but
Not too far off.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing to see.
One of my
these.
big things that I did, guys, which is kind of crazy, but they had ads in the comic books back in the 60s and 70s, like we could send away, like Robert Bell used to sell stuff, Howard G. Rogowski used to sell stuff, Jack Hunt used to sell stuff. You had to send them an envelope and they would send you a list of the comics that they were selling, as well as I saved all those that they sent me.
nice.
Really?
I couldn't grab them. I couldn't find out where they're at, but I know where they're. I have an idea which box they're in upstairs. But it's really a cool thing to look at these old ads from these guys. Like you could get a Fantastic Four #1 for like $50. It's amazing, some of these old ads.
Yeah.
And I got to get those to you, Gary, sometime to look at. They're really cool to.
They are. I still like to this day, like when you pick up like an early '90s Wizard magazine and you look at the prices back then and their price guide. It's just so much fun.
Well, what's funny is I pulled out some magazines to show real quick, and Marvel back in 1976 started this Marvel Comics Index, where they, like this one right here is the Spider-Man Index.
Oh,
And
nice.
They have
man.
like they summarized every single issue, what happened, who was the artist, who did the cover work, who edited it, everything. And this is the first 151 issues of Spider-Man, which is
Wow.
kind of cool, as well as like Spider-Man Adventures and Fantasy 1 through 15.
And that's a magazine?
Yeah.
Yes. And then
Wow.
there's 18 of them. They
Okay.
go through like Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Thor.
Cool.
And so if you ever need information about the issue, you can look in the index and it'll show you, who did what, when, where.
Right.
That is
Which is kind of
awesome.
It's
Like those came out before the Gerber guides, didn't they?
yes, this came out in 76. The Gerber
Yeah,
was
and then
what was Gerber, like 80 something?
80.
89 maybe.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
got Jackson.
I'm looking, they're
those are
behind
cool.
me. So
And then here's another comics. I used to collect comics magazines, and this is like the first issue of Comics Scene.
Oh wow!
Oh
Oh,
man.
look at that young Stan the Man there.
You know
This
you
is
got a
from,
good book when Stanley got all
1981.
the arcade.
This magazine came out, which is kind of neat.
Wow.
There's no gray hair on him.
But and then another one came out, and this one was in '82, and this is the golden age of comics.
Nice.
And
Look at
this
that
ran
shit,
for
man.
about 8 issues, I think. And then
I'll say I think you just got Jerry the Jitterbugs eye with that. He's a
Yeah.
he's a big Captain Marvel fan.
What is that, like 3D Man or something? Or I can't remember the name of that guy.
I think
E-Man
it's
or
Daredevil.
something?
I'm not sure, sir.
Yeah.
I think
Shazam,
that's-
though, I recognize, but
I think that's 3D Man because
Is it?
E-Man was a different positive, but I think I could be wrong. But I think
Yeah.
that's 3D Man.
Well, it's kind of neat. But anyhow, and then I just grabbed a couple. So of course everyone has this, first issue of Wizards.
I don't have that one.
I don't have.
Well, I mean, that's,
Wizard was a good
Easy.
series. Wizard was a good set of magazines. Like I
It
really
was.
enjoyed
I
them.
agree.
I was really upset when they folded.
Yeah, so was I.
yeah, everybody liked that.
Yeah.
Maybe they
I loved
were
the fan casting when they would just
I-
cast random
Yeah.
people for movies.
I checked out. It was 1991 when this came out.
okay. And then here's something that came out starting in a year after Wizard, I think. Yeah, a year after Wizard, and it was called Inside Comics.
Oh, look at that.
Look at all that
What's
image.
Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
These old
Yeah.
these old magazines are, you really don't see these anywhere.
That's Young Blood on the cover.
And then of course this is like volume 3. I have volume 1. Joe is looking for, I think, the first issue of this from volume 1 back from like 1962. I have that, but I can't find the damn thing, which it's probably, that's kind of pissing me off, but I want to get it to Joe. But anyhow, and then of course the favorite.
Roy Thomas fans.
Oh my
This is all
gosh, look at
digital, but
that.
it's like
Awesome.
19.
And they started publishing that again now, Milt.
What's that?
They started publishing that again.
I didn't know they stopped, to be honest with you.
Well, I think it's just always, it's never had like a regular schedule.
Yeah.
But that's kind of, I like that kind of stuff along with the ads from the magazines and stuff.
Well, and that's what I like about the different time periods, right? The ads, you always go to the back of the book. You have the ads, which are a time capsule of that time
Yes.
period.
Right?
Those are great. Like, or even like in the late 80s, early 90s, when you had all the Drake Cakes advertisements too inside the one-page stories, and everything was solved by a sugary sweet.
Sweet. I liked it when they would publish like a mini price guide or something, and you'd be like, oh look, Hulk 181 for
There,
20
Steve said he'll
bucks.
come over and help you catalog.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can't have the mad though. I mean, this isn't worth anything. It's a baseball one. If you had one with football, I know nothing about it. I'll buy it off you, Steve. Alfred E. Newman in a football uniform. And then this kind of crap I just picked up downstairs. The first race between.
Hey.
That kind of crap.
Yeah, that crap.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I know. We're just having some fun. That's a great
That's a
book.
hard book to keep in good shape too.
Well, just
because
say, look
it's
at
so-
although it looks brand new too, like right off the shelf. There's not.
No,
a
it's
crack in
because
any
of the
that black.
Mylar. It's simply because of the Mylar. That's
Yeah.
all.
The Mylar
And it's-
magic, huh?
It's anyhow. And then,
Mylar hides many little faults, but they look. It looks good in Mylar.
I really like these two characters, and let's just say, and it's not Superman and Batman. It's Batmite and
The
Mr.
Mitzel
Yes,
Mr. Blake.
Mitzel.
Wow.
Cool.
I just like those characters, but
Are you also a fan of Impossible Man then, and all the trouble he's caused to FF?
Oh, that's I swear to God, I have like 5 issues of FF11.
Wow.
And that's
Look, if
that's
you like them, you gotta like Impossible Man,
right? Yeah, he was like their alter ego in Marvel there.
I should have told you that one, the most unusual character.
There you go.
Then the other thing, you start losing track of things to collect. So a while back, maybe 10 years ago, maybe less, I don't know, I started collecting TV books.
Okay.
Mhm.
And this was always one of my favorite shows, The Invaders,
Dun,
Big-
dun, dun.
from 1967.
Right
very
on.
nice.
And then this is one of the ones that I really wish that they would start streaming again, because I don't remember the whole damn story. And I just remember it was fun watching it.
Right.
And that is
Oh,
Dark
Dark
Shadows.
Shadows.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that was cool.
Barnabas Collins.
Barnabas Collins, yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great if somebody streamed, like Hulu or somebody streamed that?
Have you checked Tubi?
I can't
What's
believe
that?
it's not on.
I'm gonna check.
Yeah, it's
Tubi
gotta be
right now
somewhere.
for you.
I can't
check,
find
Gary?
it.
Huh?
But this is
I'll check right now.
Okay.
issue number 1, and then the back
Ooh,
always has
wow.
that.
I always had the pinups.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
love those.
Man, those comic clears are made for that.
Yep.
And then there's other
Right.
crap that I collect that it's just weird stuff, like Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
I got that one.
I just remember watching this when I was a kid.
Every Saturday.
Yep.
Yes.
Marlon Perkins. Trying to
You know
capture.
that in the
Wow.
wide world of sports.
Well, and this was on Saturday, and it used to conflict with when I would watch the Penn State football games. But
The nerve of
Anyway.
them.
and then of course a friend of mine I got this from, and it's just cool.
Tubi's
That
got
is
them all.
Yep.
True
Yeah.
story.
Of Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear.
Milt, did you hear what Joe said? Jim said?
No, I
You
didn't.
know- okay, there's an app called Tubi, Tubi. It
Yep.
has all the Dark Shadows on it.
No
I
way.
mean, all of
There you
them from 1 through, man, this thing
It's-
went
and it's
all
a
the way
free
to like
app.
26 seasons.
No
Yep.
way.
Yeah,
No. No
I'm
way.
telling you right now, from
Tubi has a
season
ton of
one,
free stuff.
season
Yes, it
1
does.
all the way to 26. And it
I just
starts in
watched the
black and-
Logan's Run series on there.
Yeah.
It's
all the
Okay.
dark shadows are in there.
I will.
It was on. It was the soap opera during the afternoon. Ran and ran and ran and ran and ran.
Yeah, 26 seasons is a long time.
Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah.
You're looking at a guy who watched General Hospital.
Yeah.
Back in the
Sure.
day of Luke and Laura.
I did
Yeah.
too. I watched it with my mom, and when I got one of the dogs I had, her name was Tiffany. After
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about on the show now.
Yeah,
We weren't allowed to watch anything until after all of the soaps were done. My mother's like, "All right, the TV is yours now," which was fine because Lost in Space came on at like I think
4 o'clock.
4, right after
Yeah.
right after she was a CBS girl, so she was everything on CBS, Young and the Restless, Guiding Light, all of that. She didn't change the channel. She didn't want to know any of the other stories. Just what was on
I
CBS.
was an ABC person. So.
Yeah.
Now, Jackson, I didn't compare Dark Shadows with Logan's Run. I just said Logan's Run was the last series I watched on Tubi
Yeah. Logan's Run's awesome.
because I love
That
the
was it.
show.
When I was in
In the
college,
movie.
we used to arrange our schedules around General Hospital.
Yeah.
Anyhow, of course, classic Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But,
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong
it's
with
kinda-
that.
Gorgeous.
That's a neat one.
Gorgeous.
But I do have my 5, since I do collect comics still. I do have my 5 favorite covers of the month. Do you want me to go show those, Gary?
Go
or-
right through them. Let's do it.
Okay, now this
We
was
all love
last,
looking at comics, Milt.
Yeah.
Yep.
this was last week, and the title of the book is Pure Evil, and I have yet to read it. I said it was simply a cover by, and it's by Sozomoka,
Okay.
and I'm a big fan of hers. I think.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
I did not see that book. What a great cover.
I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
So this was number 5.
Milt, just curiosity, did you read Bunny Mask like in horror? Because the 2 Bunny
Yes.
Mask limited series were fantastic.
I love those. Yes. Yes. And then this was also out last week. So 2 of July's were last week. And this is the foil lyrics.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Lyrics Lee.
yeah.
Yep, the Poison
nice.
Ivy.
I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
But that's just she looks so hot there.
Yeah.
And then I think this is from 2 weeks ago. And my friend, like I said, always saves some of the virgins for me to look at first. And Red Sonja #1, an Alan Quah cover.
Oh,
Wow.
there you go. There you go.
That's a beauty.
Now we're talking.
And
I love
it's
his work.
just so classic. I think Gary actually said it best when he said, so appropriate with her in a bar like that. It's
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's perfect.
I have the trade dress of that one. It's a perfect. What I don't like is when they depict her as a supermodel. She's a warrior, and she had the same weaknesses as Conan, which was mead and gambling.
Okay, and then so that's 5, 4, 3, and then number 2, which people aren't gonna care for this, but I like it, so I really don't give a shit. It's ASM number 29.
There you go.
Oh no, a lot of people
Yeah,
are
that's a nice
digging
cover.
these the Disney crossover covers like that. I
Yep.
got a couple. I got that one of I think it's Goofy,
Okay,
and I got
yeah,
the
that
Avengers
one's good.
one.
I just like this one. It's
It's cool.
And
I
plus,
like
I'm a huge Captain Marvel fan. Like I've always liked Carol Danvers'
Oh, you should-
that character in comics.
There you
and,
go.
yeah, you might like it. And then finally, it was, what's the word for it? It was San Diego Comic Con, and I just really like these Alex Ross covers.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And
You
so
can't beat. Yeah.
I picked up this one.
Oh nice. The
Oh
Batman.
wow!
Real
That's
nice.
a great cover. That is
I
a
just-
really
Wow.
I just like that one. It's
Well,
Yeah.
the cape is done so well with his body structure on that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
it
The
reminds
trade
me of
dress is amazing.
some of those old Man Bat issues from the 70s.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Neil Adams too, wasn't it?
What's that?
Neil Adams did the Man Bat cover, didn't he?
He did some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe's saying Neil Adams homage.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
what I was thinking. Yeah.
So that's a Man Bat, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
But- And here's the other one that I really like because it has the Joker. It has all the old characters as if they're from the 60s,
Okay.
which I love the 60s Batman. And that is
Oh
this-
yeah.
Oh,
Alex
wow.
Ross cover.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
nice.
And,
That's lovely.
It's got a lot going on in that.
Yeah.
You're getting the whole page on that.
Yep.
And then the
Everything's
old-
going on there.
yeah, I just love the
Right there,
colors
Joe.
and I just love the I just think it's a great. So this is my #1 July cover pick.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
then my bonus July cover pick, mainly because I like green, and this is just
Come on. See? That's yay. Looney Tunes.
I like different things. Okay.
Yeah.
No, Looney Tunes were great. I watched that every day when I was a
Yep.
kid.
Yeah, come
Well,
on.
I mean, I like girly covers. I like this kind of stuff. And this is from a friend. This was very nice, and I really like it.
Looney Tunes is my birthday.
What's that, sir?
Uh-oh, I think he froze on us.
Who did? I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
For a second.
Yeah,
Looney
you
Tunes
froze,
is
Mark.
what?
Am
You
I
said
back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Looney Tunes is my birthday book that I picked up.
Nice.
It was the
Nice.
January 6th book.
Oh.
Now I did bring some other books. If you want me to show them, do we have
Go
time
ahead.
or not?
Mm-hmm.
We can go for
these
another
are
15
just,
20.
What's that, sir?
We can go for another 15 to 20.
Well, no, I'll make this quick. I've only got like 5 or 6 of them. These are just books that I like the covers, and as simple as that. From 1957, World of Suspense by Bill Everett.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat cover.
That's an amazing cover, and I love the color choice they used on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's just a good one. That was from 57, and then here's another one from 57, and this cover is by Brodsky. It's the World of Mystery.
Brodsky.
The red is just popping out hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat. I don't know how to describe them.
It's a great perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here.
And you can feel that guy's dread on the page.
I know. It's like, oh crap.
This is just like, I'm not sure how to describe this, but this book is, it reminds me of Tarzan and Submariner mixed together or something. I don't know. But this is Fantastic Adventures number 12.
Oh, wow.
63.
And a yellow cover that's in good shape. That's difficult to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that does have a Tarzan vibe to it.
It does.
He looks like he's fighting the aliens from some of those Godzilla flicks back in the day.
Right?
So that's kind of neat. But anyhow, and then Tales of the Unexpected number 91. On the back of every book, I write what it is and if there's anything in particular.
Smart.
I need to start doing that.
Same.
It takes forever. My God. It's crazy. It really is. Because if I don't know it, then I have to get a magazine or a book to find out what the hell why did I get this? But this is just one of those goofy covers that I liked.
Oh man.
Oh, that is cool.
That is
amazing.
Sidewalk Superintendents.
Yeah.
That's a very Twilight Zone cover.
Yeah, I was going to say that same thing. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, these aren't worth a lot of money or anything, but so what?
They don't have to be loved.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then here's the Tales of the Unexpected. This is 2 issues later. And this is just, I just thought it was funny as hell.
Oh.
Green Glob.
That's disturbing. That's disturbing.
Wow. That's really disturbing.
That's awesome.
Okay, and here's the last one. And this is, I think I just grabbed this because this was the first issue from 1972. Wayne Howard did the cover and they did art. And this is your typical 1970s horror comic cover. It's Midnight Tales.
Midnight
wow.
Tales. Carlton.
That's gorgeous.
Yep. That's a classic book.
And there's just a great way that the colors they used back then and on the paper, the way they presented.
Yep.
Yeah,
when those are on the spinner racks, Gary, and you're standing there trying to decide on what you were going to spend your money on, it was not easy.
I miss spinner racks so much.
I do too.
and there was not a lot of copies. So if you weren't going to make your choice, the other people around the spinner rack when the books came in were gonna for you. So
Yeah.
you were.
I will say this: when you went to the Clerton newsstand where I bought most of this crap at, there weren't that many kids there buying comics, if any. There was the guys that just got out of the mill, and they were stopping in there to get some chips or something to eat, to take over to Buck's next door with their beer, and or they were stopping in there to buy some candy for their trip on the way home. So now Odo's, on the other hand, where I bought a bunch of books on Saturdays, they had kids in there who would just sit there and read the damn comics.
Yep.
Which, we would argue over which superhero was the better and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I always love those, right? It's like, whoever the writer decides is the better one is who is who it's
Yeah.
going to be.
Yeah, but back in the day, you'd play those characters. I remember my one of my good friends, we found this it was like a knot, a tree limb with a huge knot, and he took it home and made it into like a mace and said, "Look, I'm Thor." Like he took like a dog leash thing and connected it, and he's like, "Look, I'm Thor." Like he loved Thor. He's like, I'm playing Thor today. So,
yeah, those are some great books, Milt.
Yeah.
Well, I figured I don't have a whole lot to say, so I might as well just show a few things.
I like those posters you have in the back too. The Popular Science and Popular Mechanics. That looks like Alex Ross on that Iron Man there.
Now, Milt, I got a fun question for you.
What's that, sir?
All right. Now, by
the way, I call everybody sir. Since
I do that a lot as well.
Like 2 years old, and I call all women dear. So now when I go out and I do estimates for my work and stuff, and sometimes the women don't like when I call them dear.
Yeah.
But I usually don't care anymore. And I call 22-year-old guys sir. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. But anyhow, Gary, you were saying.
Yeah. So if you could have yourself written into any book of your choice from any time period, and it's going to be your death scene in the book, what character is killing you? Who's writing your death scene and who's drawing it? And in whose book?
Well, that's actually pretty simple. I would have okay. Jack Kirby would be drawing it. Stan Lee would be writing it. And it will be in the Fantastic Four. And Dr. Doom would be killing me.
Nice
choices, Milt.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't take a whole lot of thinking on my part.
Well, I thought you were going to go Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
I love Howard. Howard wouldn't kill me. I'm a big fan of the Fantastic Four.
Now, is Doom your favorite villain?
My favorite villain. See, I'm a big Doctor Strange fan also. So Dormammu might be.
Oh, yeah.
Might be up there.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favorite storylines was in Marvel Team Up was with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange with the Wand of Atum, and they were fighting Xandu.
Yep.
Man, I love that story. I will read that story all the time. If I come across the book, no matter what I'm doing, I'll take it out. Doing this.
Do you recall the issue that was in?
Was that like 20?
I think.
Was it early or was that early?
It was early, and I also think, and then there was an annual, and then I think there was also I have it over there. It was there's also a graphic novel that continued that had another story with it with Xandu.
I think it was.
Now you got me going. I'm gonna probably, after I get off of this thing today, I'm gonna go grab the damn book.
Yeah.
Excuse the language. Apologize.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Hey, Milt, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How many days did it take for you to get Roger the Ramjet theme song out of your head?
Don't go there. Why did you do that?
Sounds like we got a backstage story working here.
You're such a jerk. Damn it.
Don't blame him. He's from Canada.
Oh, I'm sorry, Milt. There.
And you have Chuck Hensey saying Midnight Tales is a fun series.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I don't have that many issues of it. So, like maybe 10.
And I was showing
what were you going to get, Gary?
I was going to get
The team up?
Yeah, it's in here somewhere, but
yes, you sound like me now. Yeah, it's here. Are you guys pretty organized or not?
Yeah, I try to be. I use that CLZ app. I think that would help you a lot too.
I have my series that are complete, all organized and in separate boxes. Anything I'm currently reading is in like one of 4 long boxes, and when they get complete, I try to take them out. Like the She-Hulk run just completed with 15. Now I'm going to sit down and read that whole She-Hulk run. Like I just read The Last Barbarians because that just completed. So I have at all times like 4 to 5 long boxes that are completely disorganized of books I need to read.
Right.
And that's the peril of only reading stuff once you can complete it.
Yeah.
If I know it's not going to last a long time, like if it's a 5-issue miniseries, I'll wait till I have all 5 issues. Then I'll sit down and read it in one shot.
Yeah.
Doesn't that irritate you though? That stinks. I like to read the first issue and decide whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
I will if it's a character I don't have experience with. If it's a character I love, I'll just take the chance. Like I'm a big Hellcat person too, right? I know Black Cat is my favorite Marvel female character, but I also like Patsy Walker, Hellcat. Yeah. So that one just completed. Regardless, I was getting all 5 issues. Just the covers were amazing on that anyway, in all 5 issues. But I know I'll like it. And yeah,
you sound like me with AWA. I get them all, and I say I know I'm gonna like it, even if I don't like it. I still
right.
It's
yes, thank you, Jackson.
Yeah, I know it was like 22, 21, somewhere in there.
But then there was a graphic novel too that had another Xandu and Doctor Strange story. They were great, where the woman was gonna jump off the bridge. She was brought back to life. He had accidentally killed her with his magic. It was like kind of a really sad tale.
I've checked that one out.
Yeah, there were so many good sub stories within Doctor Strange, and my buddies used to refer to me as Doctor Strange whenever I was.
And I think my other favorite one was it was another Doctor Strange one, and Jackson will be able to tell us. It was with Doctor Strange, Clea, Spider-Man, and Silver Dagger, and that was a great story.
Yeah, I fortunately I also collect books, so I have a lot of I have all the masterworks, like 1 through 300.
Wow. Oh, nice.
And then I got the omnibuses. I got a lot of omnibuses too, because when I found out they had the letter pages, even though I had them in masterworks, I had to get them in omnibus, and they were a little bit bigger, and sometimes they were also remastered as far as the colors go.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And now to bring that up too, I love that in the old books, right? Reading the bullpen and reading the letters page is so much fun.
Yep.
And then I got the so that's like every once in a while Oh, are you guys there?
Yeah.
We're still here.
We're
My
just
screen
listening.
went blank on me for some reason.
Oh,
No, but so I read a lot of stuff in omnibuses.
thank you,
But
Jack.
anyhow. But
It was a Marvel Team Up 76 with Silver Dagger,
76.
Clea. See, it's good to have Jackson Roy Kirk in the audience. I mean, besides the
Right?
fact that he's making fun of you the whole time, he does actually know one or two things. Yeah, he's a great guy.
I don't know. But anyhow, so that's another one of my hobbies is I have a room upstairs that's all books, omnibuses, masterworks.
The omnibuses are just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they and if you get them right when they first come out, you can get them for a really reasonable price too.
Yep.
So
Yeah, if you wait, they go up in price so fast because they don't print too many of them.
yeah,
Well,
they go out of
I've only
print.
got two. I got the Captain Marvel one because I just wanted, because I'm a huge Carol Danvers fan. And I had the first Savage Sword of Conan one because I didn't have a Savage Tales one, but Matt Woods took care of that for me like a true gent.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That was nice. That was a nice gift.
That was really, really nice of him.
I'm still blown away to this day. So I will take it out and I'll just sit there and look at it for a few minutes and go, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
That's
I think I would say the same once I get Fantastic Four.
Oh, and while we're doing a little bit of bragging, I wanted to bring this up at the beginning and I forgot. So the brand new Conan the Barbarian #1 that came out. One, I always got to get the homage. Milt, I'm going to steal the spotlight a moment. But Matt Woods contacted me on Instagram and goes, why didn't you tell us that you were on the back of the book? I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I was so excited to read this, I never looked at the back page. And I did not know that Titan Comics or anyone there even knew that I existed. And on the back of this page is a quote from Gary B., the casual comic guy.
Yeah, I want one of these signed. I want
Yeah,
one signed
that's
and
what
sent to me.
Yeah.
I have this one. I can send to you to get signed.
Yeah.
I am an official part of Conan the Barbarian history and on a Conan #1 nonetheless.
That's awesome.
Congratulations on that.
I've got to get mine signed too. I got
Yeah.
I want to.
Well, I figure CGC should do, a Gary B session.
Yeah,
Sign
I'm gonna call and say we need Gary B down here to sign.
gotta-
these.
Well, it was funny because you guys saw me on my phone when we first started. My LCS guy, the LCS owner, Chet, was texting me. He goes, that should say Gary B from Rhino's Comics. And he was busting on me for not getting them mentioned in it. I'm like, dude, I didn't even know that they knew who I was. I was like, I literally had no idea I was going to get quoted.
Pretty nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
That means somebody from there is watching your content and goes, "This guy is deep into it. We got to put him on the back." At some point, you know.
See, now maybe they'll kill me in a Conan book, and I can complete my circle.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do your own exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I would if I could afford it, but that shit's a lot of money.
It is.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not that much, Gary.
Yeah,
We'll see.
no, that's out of my range, Milt.
Look at him smiling. Look, you put the idea in his head, Milt. He's
No, I'm still fanboying. And it's so silly, right? Just to have my name on it, but for some reason, I feel like a kid at Christmas with it.
Oh yeah.
I think it's
As
awesome.
you
I'm
should.
like, oh my God, look. Don't
Yeah.
look and get by Matt Woods, man. Matt Woods got the eagle eye.
Right?
that is awesome. I can't believe I didn't see it either.
No, only Matt Woods saw it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I wouldn't.
I didn't.
The book's been at my LCS for days, and none of them noticed it either.
Look at all the daggone covers on that thing, though. That's crazy.
I know, 32 or something like that. 30.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't get 32. I got like 7.
Yeah.
But there was
I'm
some.
gonna go back and
of course,
get
the
the
map
classic
cover
one.
was beautiful.
Yeah.
I like the Hyperion map.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that one
exactly.
too. Yep.
Yeah, this was the one that I liked the best out of all of them. I almost picked up the Jay Lee one. I like the Jay Lee one. They had that at my store.
My LCS didn't have them all because I had ordered the foil one that was the Conan the Barbarian poster, and it hasn't come in. So I'm hoping it comes in at some point.
Well, I didn't know
They
that.
do have a lot of them.
Oh yeah, it was a $13 one. It's got a foil cover, and it's of the Conan the Barbarian movie poster from 1982.
Oh yeah,
wow.
This one right here, the metal
Yep.
foil, right? You can get it up in there. You can see it.
I got
Anyway.
the one in 25 Virgin exclusive, but
Yes, Matt Woods reads his comics, and like Matt was like contacting me like, "Oh, you didn't tell anyone about this?" I'm like, I didn't even know about it. They didn't tell me about it.
That's awesome.
well, I wonder
What
if you
kind of
could,
weird surprise is that, right?
I wonder if you could sue them for and ask in return since they used you.
I wouldn't be. Well, no. Anything they pull from my YouTube channel is public anyway.
Yeah, that's where I guarantee you said that quote at least 100 times.
Yes.
You know, come
And-
on, right here.
And they did me an honor with that. If they were in front of me right now, I'd just be like the starry-eyed girl from one of those love comics.
Yeah. I think that's
I will
awesome.
say the quality of the book is so much better now that
Oh,
they
yeah.
Man, that book, that's the first thing I noticed when I turned that page. I'm like, these are thick pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
man,
a
it's
quality
got
book.
art. And from a guy that reads all the Robert E. Howard stories constantly, it read like 70s Marvel Conan and Robert E. Howard mix. Like Jim
Yep.
Zub just killed it on that issue.
Yep.
And then I was telling Mark before the show that Jim Zub responded to me on Threads, that new app, and he told me that issue 2 is even better if I liked issue 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
How long is the first arc going to be?
No idea. I'm just along for the ride regardless of what it is. I'm just happy to have an ongoing Conan again.
Yep. Same
That's
here.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah, well, and they plan on expanding into like Solomon Kane, Dark Agnes,
Oh yeah.
and King Kull, and so I might be thinning out the big two and just really going savage focus here for a while.
Yeah.
Besides Black Cat, I gotta always have Black Cat.
True. That's true.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't wait.
It is, Matt. It's more of like an overview. Matt, I did a Savage Saturday on it. For anyone that couldn't pick it up, I showed every page of the book and went over it, so anyone that couldn't get it could see it. It is a jumping on point. Now, Milt, I want to say thank you for coming on again. That was a lot of fun. And I know we bust a lot of balls, but we really do appreciate you coming on and showing some fantastic books.
I appreciate that, and I enjoy comics. That's all. And
We'll have you back more. We'll get you out another 10-1-1 and we'll make you go through the stacks. Maybe you'll find that book you're looking for Joe at some point.
yeah, I will find that damn thing too. I will say I am going to keep outbidding you though on the Princess's Whatnot show.
You do. Once you start bidding, I just stop. I'm like, all right, I'm good. You got that. He gets, unfortunately, Milt likes Black Cat as well and some Red Sonja.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I just started my hate letter to him. That's your next day, okay, Milt? You back.
I'm going to thank you, sir, for that. What you sent me. I will open it.
You don't need to thank me. You just,
I'll open it this weekend. I'll open it this weekend. I promise.
Nice.
So that way you got to stop tripping over it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. What's funny is right behind it, I have a Steve Gerber, Doctor Strange, Howard the Duck poster. It's really, it's awesome. I'll send you a picture.
Oh yeah, do so.
Instagram sometime. But
Neat.
thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it. I'm looking forward to since Conan started back up, I'm looking forward to a new Howard the Duck series starting pretty soon as well.
Nice.
Right. Well, 2 different publishers, so hopefully.
Hopefully.
Mhm.
They're supposedly going to be starting one, so we'll see.
Now we're gonna go around and Mark, do you have any other appearances coming up soon?
Well, I need to get your show schedule first. So, so I know what show I can bully my way onto. But no.
Well, you're on Anachronics though, aren't you?
I don't know. I think so. I think I got to confirm that with Joe. I think I might be on Joe's on whichever one, either Mail Call or the Comic Book Crowd, but I'm not sure.
Unless Bruno chased you off.
Well,
He's a tough guy.
he is a tough guy.
Right.
Bruno's a tough guy.
CBizzle, what you got coming up, sir?
First thing first, I just cracked 300 subs on YouTube.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you.
Congrats, sir.
Thank you. Only thing I'm doing right now is I stopped shooting shorts for the rest of the week because I'm really trying to do some things different. I have an unboxing video coming out on Sunday of what I got for the new comic book day this week, and that's about it.
Nice.
All right, Jim?
I'm actually going tomorrow to go hang out with Naman, the comic bookworm. So I'll be shooting some footage of him and I hanging out and going to lunch, and he's going to take me to his secret comic book shop or whatever, the one that he likes to go to, and we're going to go. Maybe I'll get a key. I need to find a key. I'm going to be on Guess That Key at the end of the month, and I need to find me a key. So I have some time. I have a few keys in here, but I need to find something new to stump them with. Some obscure character that they'll never guess.
Right.
So.
All right. So coming up for me, I actually have an additional show. So I'm really busy this week. Tomorrow night, I have the boys on from Australia, Keep On Collecting. Plus, I have Scott Crusher, and plus another 2 people that I've never met, which will be a lot of fun. I met these guys before; they've been on the show before, but they're going to talk. They're toy people,
right?
They have some of the coolest toys, retro toys from the '80s that you'll ever see, from TV shows and things you didn't even know they made. But they're going to talk about their top 3 purchases of the year, which is going to be a lot of fun. Saturday morning, you can find me over on Stephanie's channel for Coffee and Cosplay. She is Wonder Woman this week. Later that day, you might be able to find me, if I'm not too busy, you might be able to find me on the Cantonese Kids channel talking about Fire and Ice #1. Sunday, I believe I'm with Joe. And and then we got next Tuesday, we have... Oh, goodness. What did I just do to my schedule? So next Tuesday on the 8th, we have Brian LCS on the 1011.
Ooh.
And on the 10th, we have Steve White coming on for his appearance on In the Hot Seat. So he's going the same path you went, Milt. 1011 first, then the Hot Seat.
He'll do well.
Yep. So...
All right.
A lot coming up for me. Milt, is anything coming up for you besides kicking my ass at the Princess's show?
Gary, I'm looking forward to the Tully show actually tomorrow night. That should be entertaining.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Also looking forward to Joe's 1,000 subscriber show.
Yep.
That should be fun. Also looking forward to going to hopefully wake up in time to see Coffee and Comics on Saturday morning at that crazy 6:30 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
Go. I did see that Stephanie had a interview with Surprise Comics.
Yep.
I recommend people check in. I thought that was pretty nice. That was kind of fun, actually. And I don't have anything going on. I got a lot of work going on, and so I'll be busy with a lot of work over the weekend. Since I own a restoration company, when bad things happen, that's good for me, I guess. And so I got a lot of things to fix.
Well, there you go.
So,
there's
Speaking of,
one now.
there's one now.
sorry about that.
All right. All right, so,
Thank you for having me on, Gary. I appreciate it.
oh, no problem. And I'll reach out. Maybe we'll get you co-hosting some too here and there.
Anytime you want me, I can make it at 8:00.
There you go. And I want to thank the crowd. We had a great crowd here. A lot of people that were new to you, Milton, that were loving seeing the books that you had to share and hearing your stories. So it's always nice. We love doing this where people get to meet new people that they haven't had contact with before. It's a big thing I try to do on my channel. That's why I always have more than one co-host. I try to always keep the community mixing up and people getting to know each other. So thank you to everyone that was in the audience tonight. I really appreciate the support. Thank you to all my great co-hosts. I appreciate you guys a lot. Milt, as always, thank you for being a guest. And as I like to end these things, keep it casual.